It is the 1st of June 2025. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch the UBC News Roundup today on this beautiful day, the day that starts a new month. I hope you have new dreams and new targets. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha and welcome. We start off with the campaign to mobilize support for President Musevanomics among the people of Uganda that took place in Kasambia County in Muire District, our constituency represented by David Kabanda. Upon arrival at Kasambia Playground, Kabanda was welcomed by hundreds of people who by the end of the day endorsed President Museveni as the sole candidate for the upcoming general elections.
The campaign dubbed Uganda for Museveni continues to traverse various districts in the Uganda region. This time round, Kasambia County ground in Muire District played host to the gala. Kasambia County Member of Parliament and Patriotic League of Uganda Secretary General Daudi Kabanda spearheaded the campaign.
The Uganda Parliamentary Caucus started a campaign termed as Uganda for Museveni. We are trying to revive the support of NRM in this region. That's why we have been moving around constituencies to introduce this idea to our people.
Led by NRM Uganda Caucus members, the campaign serves as a platform to provide accountability to the electorate regarding the government's achievements.
To our tours around Uganda, the tours so far that we have made have actually given us an opportunity to give accountability to the people that we lead, to the people that we represent. Sometimes we mention things that people do not usually associate to the works of government. When they see such works being done and then you indicate to them how they are attributed to the government of Uganda, people change their perception.
That when you lend me, you expect me to pay back. So we have to lend President Museveni our support. That's what we are doing here. We have to give him our support so that we remind him that, Your Excellency, we've supported you. Stop supporting other regions and you leave us behind. You can see what is happening in the Teso sub-region. Teso has a vice president, Teso has a speaker, Teso has almost everybody. They have 10 ministers. In Greater Mubende we only have 3, and it is by God's grace that we got them, because most of them lost. But it is the president who decided to say, no, even if you lost, let me bring you back. Now, supposedly he had not done that. We are not going to have any minister in Greater Mubende. So we kindly request our people to continue supporting the national resistance movement with its people.
Muire District continues to grapple with poor road infrastructure. However, Kabanda noted that the long-stalled construction of the Muire Road is now back on track following government funding.
The road that starts from Mitiana to Mubende, we also have another road here which is due for tarmacking. But the other one, the president recently when I was visiting Mubende, of course he pushed the blame to the Ministry of Works. Others thought he had pushed the blame, but that's the fact. Any road in Uganda has got a period that it has to be reconstructed.
Leaders in Muire are also focused on ensuring improvements in the health care and education to meet the district's growing demands.
So when we look around, when we look back where we have been and where we are yet to go, we see that the people where we haven't gone yet are very eager to receive us. And so where we have been, people have actually changed their attitudes towards government, looking at what has been done, which they did not previously associate with government.
The event was graced by, among others, NRM Deputy Secretary General Rose Namayanja.
Very grateful, first of all, and encouraged that there is massive support for NRM. We have not been anywhere and we didn't find people ready and responding to. We raise issues, or they raise issues, and they have been responded to. The district leadership in all the areas we have gone have raised the issues that have been worked on. The manifesto achievements have been highlighted. Today we are here in Kasambia. The chairman LC5, who is responsible for implementation of programs at the lower level.
Namayanja expressed enthusiasm, affirming that the party is leveling the political ground by organizing such public engagements.
First of all, we have already exceeded our expectations, because given our performance and the level of enthusiasm that we have met in the region, from district to district, from Chiboga to Buvuma to Lwengo to Sembabule to Gomba to Mitiana and many others, to Luwero, and here we are in Kasambia.
Following the party's poor performance in Buganda during the 2021 general elections, NRM MPs from Buganda have embarked on the drive to bolster support for President Museveni. Robert Nyango and Gloria Kwitabinji for UBC News.
President Yoweri Museveni, Friday, May 30th, 2025, signed the Sugarcane Amendment Act into law while meeting a delegation from Parliament shortly after assenting to the law, which was led by the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayewa. The President thanked the leadership of the August House for their active involvement in this matter. Mr. Museveni also had a productive discussion with sugarcane farmers and millers, during which he outlined a strategic plan to enhance the growth of the sugarcane industry across the country. The Sugarcane Amendment Bill 2023 was passed by Parliament in April 2024, and now its enactment means Uganda's sugarcane growers will have some more sense of relief in line with dealing with exploitation.
And how will you know?
Karin.
You have?
They have, but the problem has been the transparency. I think with this coming act, transparency should be there. They should allow the farmers inside.
Very good. Okay. So my questions are finished. I am now satisfied that because you see, you people, if you don't want to kill this industry, you should all cooperate. Because if you don't cooperate, the sugar factories will collapse, and once they collapse, even you farmers will have nowhere to sell the sugar. But also, it is not good for the sugar processors in our language we say kusera to under reward. The kusera is to under reward the sugarcane growers, because if they move out, because you know, for me, I was saying that if they move out and go to other activities, you will not have enough sugarcane, because your own coa plantations may not be enough to supply you, like in Madvani, the one who has got one of the biggest. His own estate, how much does it supply? So therefore, I am glad finally, because that's what we were telling you the other time, but some people were not listening. I'm glad now we have added the value addition. We have added it. It's true that the processors get more value from the cane than just sugar. They also get ethanol, they get electricity. So I think this is a good formula now. I can now sign the law. Now, finally, even with this formula, because you remember, I've got my banaku, my banaku of 2 acres per family. Banaku are the poor people. Luchan, Luotiekan, Poyo, Luchan. So the poor people of 2 acres, please, even with this formula, how much will I get per acre?
The permanent secretary is responsible for trade.
The Prime Minister of Uganda, Right Honourable Robina Nabanja, has urged all Ugandans to participate in the ongoing National Identification Card Update exercise that kicked off this week. The Premier, who also serves as the Woman Member of Parliament for Kakumiro District, spoke after updating her ID in Kakumiro.
The National Identification Card Update started this week on 27th May 2025 and is expected to end in November this year. The exercise is being conducted by the National Identification Registration Authority, NIRA. This morning, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robina Nabanja, joined the rest of Ugandans to update their national IDs.
Is very important because it has so many important issues it's going to solve.
The Prime Minister explained why Ugandans should embrace this exercise even when your national ID has not expired.
One, we are going to use it during the voter identification exercise so that we can have a free and fair election. And two, the President has insisted that we need to use this updated national identification exercise for us to know the exact number of voters we have.
Recently, the government carried out a national population and housing census, which indicated that Ugandans are 45.9 million. However, the Prime Minister says the national ID update exercise will be able to confirm the results of the just concluded exercise.
This will also help us to compare what we are getting now and what we got during the census exercise. It is going to give us actual numbers of voters in the country. And this will help us to avoid rigging during elections.
She called upon all Ugandans to turn up for the exercise.
It is going to help our people, especially those who had expired identification cards, those who do not have national IDs, to acquire them for easy identification, even when they travel out of the country, especially when you are traveling to East African countries. You only need an identification card for you to move. And so this exercise should be supported by everybody in the country. And this exercise should be supported by all leaders in the country and everybody, because it's very important. Those who don't have identity cards or who have never registered, they don't have identity cards, they don't have even mini numbers, they are going to be given mini numbers.
The Governor of Bank of Uganda, Dr. Michael Atingego, has called for maintenance of price and financial stability, a challenge that requires government to undertake fiscal discipline. This underscores the need to unlock long-term financing, deepening financial markets through a well-developed financial system.
Taking stock of the President Museveni's and the NRM government's achievements over the decades has brought together participants from all walks of life for a moment of reflection and dialogue. The two-day event, dubbed Musevanomics, is focusing on value addition and industrialization and the cost of doing business in the country.
The last 10 years, I have led a mission called OWC. It has not been a very easy mission because we were told to go and look for people who have never touched money. 68%. We struggled with inputs, with coffee, with tea, with all those inputs over that period. And statistically, they say we were able to reduce the people outside the money economy from 68% to about 39%. And recently, I hear even the poverty levels have gone even lower.
Speaker after speaker lauded President Yoweri Museveni for initiating and championing transformative projects that continue to impact Uganda's economic trajectory. Dr. Muhomuza Fred was the keynote speaker and was tasked with unpacking the concept of Musevanomics.
There was economic recovery program. Most people remember 2 zeros were cut off and 30% was taken. But what was the gist? What was the economic policy principle that was being followed in those aspects? You had inflation, you wanted to change the currency, you wanted to raise some revenue as well to support the same people. There was a coffee stabilization tax. We all remember. 1994, many people may not remember that, but because of the spike in the coffee prices, there was an introduction of coffee stabilization, mainly to protect.
In his remarks, the Deputy Governor, Bank of Uganda, Professor Augustus Nuwagaba, emphasized the need for economic independence for sustainable development.
Have you taken agreement with President Trump that he must look for your sick people? How can you really reason like that? That somebody, another person is going to look for your own sick people? What kind of naivety is that? We must thank President Trump. And me, I supported him even in the first elections. Because he's telling you, he's making you awaken that you must take responsibility of your own actions.
Norbert Mao, the Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs, emphasized the importance of nationalism and patriotism, especially in navigating the trials and tribulations facing the nation.
I believe that all of us here are true believers in the future potential of Uganda. Whether we achieve everything we are talking about in our lifetime or not, our belief should be the common denominator bringing us together, based on what is in our heart: love for our country, love for our fellow human being.
Musevanomics refers to the ideological definition and understanding of a special blend of capitalism, liberalism, and socialism as practiced by the NRM government under the stewardship of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Daniel Mugoya, Dennis Goa, UBC News.
The Democratic Party Delegates Conference failed to agree on the voting exercise, prompting its postponement to ensure transparency. The removal of Bukoto Central Member of Parliament Richard Sebamala from the President General raised concerns, bringing the process to a standstill. Now, the activity, which started Saturday afternoon, stretched into Sunday morning at 3 a.m. without any voting taking place. And Ivan Kawa has a detailed report.
The 12th Democratic Party Delegates Conference entered its final day, climaxing with activities meant to elect the new party leadership. The party presented several reports, including performance evaluations, a strategic roadmap, and the party's long-term plan. However, during these presentations, several loopholes were cited, including allegations of sneaking in resolutions that had not been agreed upon by the delegates.
Amendments yabutekane mu gazeti eno ya supreme organ ya Democratic Party ye kuyisa minutes ezo zigende mu gazeti.
President General Norbert Mao issued an accountability report offering a detailed yet humorous explanation regarding the party's cooperation with the National Resistance Movement. While delegates expressed dissatisfaction with his leadership, Mao clarified the achievements resulting from the cooperation.
DP leaders can organize their branches without interruption from the state because of Mao. In the position that I have, we have been able to help release the king of the Bakons, increase cattle compensation. If you are from Teso, if you are from Acholi, if you are from Lango, now you are going to get 150 billion. Because we just don't want positions, we want power.
He stated that the opposition has staggered in its resolve to assume national leadership and urged the party to consolidate support among those who still believe in the DP ideology.
Let's be the party that will be the tiebreaker in our politics. Let's be the bridge over which Ugandans will walk to a new and better future. Let's be the healing balm for a hurting country. We will always be misplaced among the extremists.
Mao criticized the focus on urban-based politics as the sole metric for national political strength and emphasized dialogue as the only path to peaceful coexistence.
But in Omoro, the other day, we welcomed 162 converts from other parties. We received 5 councillors who joined. We received even the flag bearer of ANT, Mugisha Mundu's party, into DP. So you cannot be in Kampala and you think that is the whole of Uganda.
Voting was delayed due to irregularities, with concerns raised over the Secretary General's involvement in a process where he is also a candidate.
A candidate, we were supposed to get someone who was supposed to take us through that process, not you. Because you're also a candidate, how can you rid yourself and remove other candidates? Please, justice must prevail.
The National Delegates Conference for the Democratic Party has come to a standstill, and it is exactly 3 a.m. and one of the candidates vying for the position of the President General, that is the Bukoto Central Member of Parliament, has been blocked from contesting on that position.
Let Sebamala be on the ballot paper. We go for voting. Anything comes out, we shall accept. But when Sebamala is not on the ballot paper, no elections.
Delegates later threatened to boycott the vote, which led to the postponement of the exercise.
At this note, I close the National Executive meeting with the declaration of its closure.
In more stories of the week, the Uganda Institute of Information and Communication Technology hosted the pioneering Aerospace Workshop 2025 at the National ICT Innovation Hub, gathering students, tech enthusiasts and industry leaders to explore Uganda's growing potential in aerospace technologies, remote sensing and satellite data applications. Wandiro Arnold reports.
Workshop's theme, to create a network of innovators, mentors, strategic leaders and industry, emphasized building a collaborative ecosystem to drive aerospace innovation in Uganda.
Proud to be right in the center of the aerospace community right now. Dr. Agaba has made us a complete part of it, and we pledge our support to move the NASA Up Challenge forward, but even better, to make the local aerospace even stronger.
The event featured keynote addresses, panel discussions, and live demonstrations focused on space science, satellite technology, and digital transformation.
Me and my colleagues here, we came up with a smart irrigation system, which is called SmartFlow. It's a 3-tier system that is composed of IoT devices that includes the moisture sensor, the temperature sensor, the pump, and then the machine learning model. So these IoT devices that have the moisture sensors, they send values to the controller. At the same time, the machine learning model, it's a weather prediction model.
The chief guest highlighted Uganda's strategic commitment to becoming a regional hub for aerospace development, noting that investment in STEM education and technology innovation is critical for economic growth and sustainable development.
This is one area that I've found that we have not yet internalized in this whole STI ecosystem. we do not understand how science, technology, and innovation expands the space and builds money. For example, do not simply build a technology to cut out a middleman. That is not going to be sustainable.
Key topics included leveraging satellite data for agriculture, climate monitoring, and disaster management, as well as advancing local capacity in aerospace engineering and remote sensing.
When I would wish to start tomorrow, but that is where we're having the aerospace. We're here to look for who to collaborate, and the quicker we get the people we collaborate with, and the access to the site-specific data, maybe say from the meteorological authority of the country, give us the weather data so that we can be able to convey to the farmers. Then with this, we can be able to start as soon as possible. But if you ask me, I'd like to start tomorrow.
The workshop also showcased Uganda's role in the African Development Satellite Project, a collaborative initiative involving 6 African nations to develop indigenous satellite technology. Moving forward, stakeholders resolved to establish a formal network connecting innovators, mentors, and industry leaders to accelerate knowledge exchange and mentorship. Plans were also made to integrate space modules into university curricula, to expand private sector partnerships, to fund research and development. Wadulo Arnold Mark, UBC News, at the National ICT Innovation Hub in Nakawa, Kampala.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Dial *165 *80#. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees.
I got to learn about the Powerball through the website www.nationallottery.go.ug. Played Powerball tickets worth 5,000, used an option of quick pick, and that's how I was able to be the lucky one to win 35 million. I checked my tickets online and I found out that I had winning numbers. The feeling was incredible and full of excitement. I would advise everyone who is 18 and above that whatever you're seeing here exemplifies reality. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Uganda National Lottery for bringing us this opportunity to win millions.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort, and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Are you a woman with a small-scale business with a dream of growing it to another level? The GROW Project is here to support you in realizing your dream.
The GROW Project is a government initiative implemented by the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development and Private Sector Foundation Uganda with support from the World Bank.
We support women-owned businesses across the country to gain hands-on and business management skills through training within your location, business financing through grants and affordable loans, and infrastructure in your areas of operation to enable you to increase your productivity.
If you have a business that makes sales of up to 800,000 Uganda shillings per month, the GROW Project has the tools and resources to help you succeed. For more information, contact your district or city GROW focal person or call our toll-free line on 0800 307 777 to learn more about how you can benefit from the GROW Project's services.
The GROW Project, empowering women economically, transforming communities.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the rider selection campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. We still continue with and more news, and of course the Chabazinga of Busoga, His Royal Highness William Gabulana GOP IV, has challenged nurses and other health practitioners to take a leading role in combating the rising cases of teenage pregnancy across the country. He made the remarks while addressing the 5th graduation ceremony of Lubeca Institute of Nursing and Health Professionals in Busei, Uganda District. At the previous congregation, the Chabazinga was installed as the Institute's first chancellor. He then called for unity and teamwork to elevate the institution to greater heights. The Institute's Executive Director, Dr. Muhammad Lubeca, reaffirmed their commitment to addressing the country's health sector challenges, including the shortage of health workers and the need for continuous skills development.
During my tenure as the Chancellor, focus shall be on guiding the institution's strategic direction, ensuring its academic excellency, and promoting its overall well-being. However, teamwork, unity of purpose, and transparency should be our yardstick in realizing all our wishes and aspirations.
We can earn more from exporting educated people than we can ever earn from oil.
In this country, wherever you go, we are lacking health professionals in our hospitals, in our health centers, everywhere. So I want to call upon all the Basoga and all the Ugandans at large to bring up their children to this institution so that they can acquire the skills.
I'm glad to report, Mr. Chancellor and dear guests, that the letter of authority to begin the Lubeca University of Science and Technology from the National Council for Higher Education is abound, alhamdulillah.
As your Chairman and the National Goodwill Ambassador for ending teenage pregnancies, I would like to counsel you all to guard against teenage pregnancies in your homes, communities, and at your workplaces. I commission you as mobilizers for encouraging young girls and boys in your care to stay in school and to engage in activities that add value to their life.
We have been chosen by God.
Palisa leaders have called upon the government to expedite the compensation process for all individuals who lost their livestock during the war that brought the current government to power. While celebrating a belated Women's Day for Palisa District, the leaders emphasized that the delayed compensation in the Bukedi district has kept locals in severe poverty, which has negatively affected their development and transformation.
The celebration of the belated Women's Day in Palisa was dominated by concerns over the government's delay in compensating Teso communities that lost livestock during the 1986 war.
People suffered. Their cattle was taken. Their cattle was stolen during those days. And government pledged to compensate these people. I am also calling upon government to create a budget for these people once and for all.
Some of the animals were eaten by the soldiers. This place here
was an army barracks, here where we are standing. So the army could eat some of the animals simply because they were doing the work to safeguard, to bring the security in this place.
Led by Palisa District Woman Member of Parliament Kala Kevin Ojinga, the leaders attributed the persistent poverty in the district to the government's failure to compensate residents whose livestock was taken during the 1986 conflict.
Our people believe in cattle. When a person sees his cows there, he's happy and contented.
Located in North Bukedi, Palisa District has registered high school dropout rates due to parents' inability to support their children's education. Leaders believe that if the livestock hadn't been taken, they would have been able to meet their responsibilities.
Because our animals were raided, and this place's economy was based on the cow. Now, if you are to educate your child, it means you have to have money. Where can we get money?
Kala Kevin Ojinga stated that transformation in Teso communities is anchored in cattle farming. She stressed the need for swift government intervention if Palisa and the Greater Teso sub-region are to regain their former glory.
It's only time I am calling upon government to create a budget. Since we are still in budgeting process, let there be a vote put to this.
President Museveni was scheduled to meet Teso leaders on Friday this week to discuss modalities for compensation to Teso, Lango and Acholi communities, but the meeting was suspended. Richard Oseku, the chairperson of the Bukedi Parliamentary Group, confirmed that Parliament had appropriated funds for compensation and expressed hope that the issue would be amicably resolved.
In the next financial year, we as Parliament have been able to appropriate 80 billion shillings, which is supposed to go towards the cattle compensation.
Bunya South MP James Kubetekeria, who represented Speaker Anita Mong as chief guest, pledged to present the concerns of the locals to the Speaker for action. Muhammad Iga compiled this report for UBC News.
Sino Uganda Limited has awarded 300 outstanding 2024 unit performers from Hoima District, Hoima City and Chikove District with over 73 million Ugandan shillings. 88 of the students are from Hoima City, 86 from Hoima District and 126 from Chikove District, including 6 students with disabilities. The award ceremony was held at Hoima District headquarters in Kasingo.
A number of students in Bunyoro sub-region have benefited from the Sino Education Support Initiative through scholarships, scholastic materials, and other forms of academic assistance. At a recent event, Sino Uganda handed over a check worth 73 million to the Hoima District Education
So they are making different.
Hoima District Chairperson Uthman Mugisa, who officiated as chief guest, commended the company for its role in the socio-economic empowerment of local communities.
We want to thank Sino for this tremendous support that it has given to the education sector, to the various sub-counties, the various districts, to see to it that it boosts the education sector in these regions. So this has helped in the socio-economic transformation.
Meanwhile, Hoima District Education Officer Harriet Chihumiro raised concerns about the lack of transport, which hinders access to hard-to-reach communities, especially those on the islands of Lake Albert.
If Sino can also help us and facilitate us with the transport so that we reach out to the last child in the deepest school. Maybe that child can be helped to be retained in school and also to do well, to do better. So, as a department, we are challenged with the lack of transport.
Sino Uganda Limited Vice President Wang Jufeng reiterated the company's commitment to investing in youth as part of its corporate mission. He emphasized that the awards are a direct investment in Uganda's next generation.
This is what we want every student to know. You are not alone. We are here to support you and work with you on your education journey. Our support doesn't stop at education. We also care about health and jobs.
Sino Uganda Limited is the operator of the Kingfisher oil field located in Changwali sub-county, Chikove District.
The family of the late Bernardo Semanda in Jimbo village, Wakiso district, is in shock after unknown individuals allegedly destroyed crops, broke into their homes and graded part of their land. According to the family, the encroachment began in April 2025 on a 13.49 acre piece of land located on block 282, plot 1.
18 years after Mukasa's death, his sons are now contesting what they describe as unlawful claims to their ancestral land. This is after a family member, a grandchild of Semanda, says the land was passed down through Semanda's will to his son, the late Chrysostom Mukasa, father to Peter Musoke and Benedict Kamyuka.
Jajja fe Semanda Bernardo agalamidde waggulu wali wetuvudde ye yaligula. Kitaffe yali malako ebbanga ddene nnyo emyaka 84 okuva lwe abaddewo wano abatuuze abamu bamumanya abasinga n'alitulekako naye bano abazze okulaba nti bajja n'emiggo bajja ne bakanyama bakubakuba bino bajja okutiisatiisa abantu n'okulaba nga batusaanyaawo tebalina buvunaanyizibwa wano.
Kamyuka, a grandson of the late Bernardo Semanda, says unknown persons used the graders to clear the land.
Ate n'ensalosalo gye liyita lyonna tewabeerangako kwemulugunya kwonna okuva eri neiba oba neiba ttaka lya kyapa teririiko kibanja kyonna era n'abo abajja okuligradinga n'abamu be twakwata tebavangayo kulaga muntu mutuufu ani abasindika okujja okulaba nga batusumbuwa.
Naye nze nkuze ettaka lino tekuli wa kibanja. Nkuze ettaka lino ndabya Muzeeyi Mukasa oba be babala ab'ebibanja be bano nze nalabanga abalimako emmere yaabwe ate ng'abaazika buki bwazisi.
Although a case was filed with the Wakiso police, he claims the suspects were released.
Yali yateekako mikwano gye abaali balimako nga Muzeeyi Balula mu Lukwanga, waliwo Muzeeyi Nakityo nga bwe balima ne baddayo mu maka gaabwe bwe batyo. Naye olukiiko lwatuula mu kwabya ennyimbe ne lubasaba bayimirize okulima ku ttaka era ne bayimiriza kaakati ettaka ne lisigala nga ffe tulikozesa emmanga ffe tulirimako ffe tusimbyeko emiti.
Kampala.
The Uganda Plastics Manufacturers Association has launched an initiative to educate residents on proper plastic waste handling and disposal. The effort is aimed at combating environmental pollution and responding to local community concerns, as Moyengo reports.
The association engaged residents of Kasokoso in Chila municipality to sensitize them on effective plastic waste management as part of wider environmental conservation efforts. Moses Ategeka, chairperson of the Uganda Plastic Manufacturers Association, emphasized the need for responsible plastic disposal to reduce pollution.
We take the advantage during World Environment Day to help our people learn recycling and also protecting the environment through waste management. Plastic waste management is basically a big scoop.
He added that plastic companies also provide employment and contribute to national development.
Our system will say waste is wealth. Waste is wealth. Kasasiro bugaga. Don't waste it to nothing. Keep it in gazetted points where they will be collected, and people collecting are paid money, and those who are using them to produce other products, they also get money.
Residents in Kasokoso have long struggled with indiscriminate waste disposal, which threatens nearby water bodies.
For this program today, we people of Kasokoso, as a community, we've really learned a lot, and we are going to also put it into consideration that once we see this garbage, once we see people littering around, we should be able to sensitize them on how to separate the garbage. For
the association is also providing dustbins for plastic waste collection and empowering residents with knowledge for better environment protection.
where these people can gazetely put their waste. But we as the private sector, we come in to support, facilitate, and help them to know what to do and where they can put them. At the end of the day, the municipalities have systems. They must be having transport systems to pick this waste from their communities.
As the world prepares to celebrate Environment Day next month, this initiative highlights the urgent actions needed to safeguard the planet's future. I'm Bantu Machabe Semambo and Joseph Muyingo for UBC.
What you doing?
An experienced human resource manager in Bugema University, Ronald Mukasa, has urged Ugandans to always thank and praise God for every achievement in their life. He said this while delivering a Thanksgiving sermon in appreciation of God for the success that God enabled Katikamu SDA SS to achieve in last year's USCE exams held in the school's main hall, where he was a guest preacher. Take a look.
Bugema University Human Resource Manager Pastor Ronald Mukasa has urged Ugandans to remain thankful to God for every milestone achieved. He made the remarks during the Thanksgiving ceremony of Katikamu SDA Senior Secondary School, celebrating the school's strong performance in the 2024 USCE exams.
First of all, thanking or being thankful is a norm. It is normal. But what is exceptional is being grateful. And that's where we get that gratitude. You can only express that gratitude having known that God is the first and God is the last.
The school registered outstanding science results with two students, Ziwa Abdumajib and Oriem John Kasi, scoring maximum 20 points in their combinations. Pastor Mukasa warned against treating God as an ATM of blessings and encouraged students who failed to attain 2 principal passes to consider bridging courses at Bugema University.
There are a number of opportunities for these students to continue with their studies. There are those who may have failed to get 2 principal passes when someone is only having subsidiary. The government has put up a program when these students studies under a program known as HECA, Higher Education Certificate, for 8 months, and after passing that certificate, the individual or the prospective student enrolls in any degree program.
Ruel LC5 chairperson Erastus Chibirango commended the school for promoting science education and opening 2 new branches in Nakasongola and Nakaseke.
Have emphasized the need to concentrate on studies as well as being disciplined. Those are the main pillars which can make a student to perform.
Katikamu South MP aspirant and old boy Mugisha Marvin urged alumni to engage in government development programs and uphold morals.
I advise these students to be transparent outside. Before most of them I know in their bag are going to the business to take the principles of leadership like accountability, to participate in government programs like PDM. I told them about the source of funds that the government sponsors young people to invest in their small businesses when they want to start.
Headmaster Dayo Paul asked outgoing students to uphold integrity and discipline.
You need to keep your discipline and you need to keep your moral standard high so that you can sail above all the odds. Above all, move with God and ensure that you have not only the knowledge we gave you but also wisdom to survive in this fragile world. To the parents, we still call upon the parents to trust us. Katikamu has continued to produce quality.
The school awarded 1 million Uganda shillings each to the 2 top performers and an additional 200,000 Uganda shillings from the headmaster's personal pledge.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Dial *165 *80#. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You are now entered a draw to win school fees.
In our business stories, the Minister of Finance has reaffirmed the government's commitment to growing Uganda's economy and increasing the national savings rate from the current 20% to 40% and GDP by the year by the year 2040. He made the remarks during a financial literacy training held at Hotel Africana, organized by the Uganda Financial Literacy Association. Witness and watch.
Uganda continues to grapple with widespread financial illiteracy, a major obstacle for citizens whose livelihoods depend on sound financial decision-making. Finance Minister Matia Kasaija emphasized that the economy is on a steady growth trajectory, with national savings expected to double by 2040. He made the remarks while officiating at a think tank conference organized by the Uganda Financial Literacy Association. The minister noted a significant number of Ugandans lack basic knowledge in saving and financial management. He urged a shift from subsistence-based living to a modern, knowledge-driven economy anchored in financial literacy.
If all Ugandans were literate financially, many things would be moving very fast. You go to the village, someone who is having his maybe 5 million shillings, he or she does not even know how to keep it in the first place. Then maybe she hides somewhere under the bed.
He also called for collaborative efforts from financial institutions to promote financial literacy and support the country's socio-economic transformation. The minister highlighted ongoing government efforts to strengthen financial institutions, expand pension coverage, and deepen capital markets.
If all Ugandans were literate financially, many things would be moving very fast.
Meanwhile, the Uganda Financial Literacy Association has pledged to expand its outreach to every district in the country, aiming to enhance financial freedom for all citizens.
From the sports scene, the national senior women's cricket team, the Victoria Pearls, are set to take part in the annual Kwibuka Women's T20 tournament that bowls off on Tuesday 3rd June at the Gahanga International Cricket Stadium in Kigali, Uganda. The tournament, in its 11th edition, has been a great platform for elevating the women's cricket in the world since its inception. This year, the event has attracted 9 nations: Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Cameroon, Sierra Leone, Malawi, Brazil, and the host, Uganda. Uganda has won it 3 times and go into its edition as the defending champions. The Victoria Pearls will use this event to continue their preparations for the T20 Global Qualifiers in Namibia later in this year, and the side will be held by Janet Mbabazi, I beg your pardon.
Some points. That one helps us in world rankings. Currently we are 17th, thanks to the Women's Cup that we held here and the Capricorn that we are just from playing in Namibia. We look, of course, to also build on some confidence. It's important we are moving in as defending champions. Of course, in a way it puts you under some pressure to make sure you are again defending the trophy. As a team, it gives us a challenge and we look forward to it.
It's an opportunity we get to showcase our skill is really something that we welcome gladly. Plus, Rwanda is like home number 2 to most of us. We've played there since I don't know when, so it's always nice to go back and play there, meet as many players as possible. This time round, there's going to be 8 teams. Uganda making it the 9th. It's going to be quite a long, intense tournament. So focus is to try and defend the title. Then we have a couple of youngsters joining in, making their debut. So it's going to be also an important tour for them, and work for us as the senior players to help them get comfortable, get into the national team setup, all of that stuff. So yeah, Kubuka is fun. There's a lot can go, it can go either good or bad for you, but having more games means more practice for the team and more game time for everyone else. It builds. If we take the championship, we win the trophy, it's a confidence boost for all of us. But if we go out, have a good tour, the girls are going to have individually good some sort of boost, a confidence boost for themselves.
Vipers Soccer Club were crowned 2025 Stanbic Uganda Cup champions after defeating KCCA Football Club 2-0 to complete a season double for the second time in the club's history. This final was played at the newly built FUFA Kadiba Stadium in Mengo last evening.
In the highly anticipated Uganda Stanbic Cup final played at the newly built FUFA Kadiba Stadium amidst an electric crowd, Vipers was in charge from the word go with a goal from Livingstone Molondo scored in the 5th minute, setting the play in motion. KCCA FC, though fought back on several occasions to bring the game to their favor, couldn't match the upbeat Venoms, who sealed their victory with a 56th minute goal from Eunice Sentamu.
I'd love to congratulate the boys. They put up a good fight. It's not been a very easy week, and winning a second championship is well deserved. So I want to congratulate them, and it's their time to celebrate, I think, today and next week. But first, we knew it was going to be a very difficult game. KCC needed something to win tonight, and the boys showed character. The whole game plan was executed, scored early, and eventually won the championship tonight.
But I believe I can still achieve more. So I'll keep going. I can't blow my own trumpet, just like the way you say. So it's not up to me. It's up to whoever is responsible. But my job is to win the championships, to win the games, and to enjoy what I do.
The game wasn't good. This is not what we wanted, but due to our reckless defending, we suffered that 2 goal. So we tried to create chances, but unfortunately, we tried to take away the chances. That's how we are beaten by 2-0 by AFC Viper.
This is the 4th time Vipers is winning the Stanbic Uganda Cup, and with this victory, the Plascon-sponsored team completes a season double, having won the StarTimes Uganda Premier League 2 weeks ago. The first time Vipers completed a double was in the 2022-2023 season.
Our team, Vipers, which we sponsor as Plascon, are double winners, so they are Salongos, and we're very, very excited about that. It's always a very exciting feeling to know that someone you're supporting and giving a lot of money and support is doing well, and we're very excited to see how well the players participated and played and competed. But even above that, the fact that every team that has participated, from the round of 132 to 64 to 32, everyone that was playing was doing a fantastic job. So we're very, very proud of that. As Plascon, we're proud that our journey so far has been very, very good. We've seen the growth of the sport. We've seen more fans coming to the games. We've seen more teams, even those from the lower divisions, playing very well and competing with even the highest levels. So that's very exciting for us, and we're very proud of that.
Vipers winning this year's Uganda Cup puts NEC FC in the 2025-2026 CAF Confederation League as it came second in the Premier League. Vipers, on the other hand, will represent the country in the CAF Champions League in the same season.
And that's a wrap for the UBC News Roundup that has happened today on the 1st of June 2025. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha. Have a lovely afternoon. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.